Couples often want to know, how healthy is my relationship? How do you know how healthy your relationship is? Well, first, let me tell you how you don't know. We're often taught to think that being in a good relationship, being in a healthy relationship means that we are happy, right? This is the stuff of fairy tales. This is the stuff of rom-coms. If we meet the right person, the measure of a right, healthy relationship, that happily ever after, is how happy we feel and how happy our relationship makes us all the time, right? Not very realistic expectations. What I see in the healthiest of relationships is that people know the difference between an unrealistic expectation for a relationship and a realistic one. And they're able to navigate that gap, right? Here, I am focusing on long-term relationships, together at least 7 years. So with that, I want to consider what health looks like in the fullness of time. And with that, I want to first acknowledge that a tremendous amount is asked of our relationships. Our partners are supposed to be the part of us that completes us, right? What is that? Jerry Maguire? I might be dating myself here. You complete me, my other half, right? Think of the stuff of fairy tales and rom-coms. This idea that if we find the right match, then we will be happy, complete, fulfilled. Yes and no to that, right? Because it turns out that despite the fact that we expect our partners to be our best friends, our lovers, our financial advisors, our co-parents, our cheerleaders, our spiritual guides, our everything, they're actually just a person. And you know what? So are we. So together, it's two imperfect people doing the best they can to love each other well, right? And in the fullness of time, if you consider all the transitions that partners have to navigate together, meeting, falling in love, the honeymoon phase, moving in together, developing careers, potentially having children, becoming empty nesters, the loss of parents, retiring, life keeps coming. And that's good news. But what we want to see in the fullness of time in a relationship is that the relationship is robust. Just like we want our physical body and our physical health to be robust, we expect that we're going to have some scars over time. We expect that in the fullness of time, we might need to be a little bit more careful as we age about how we eat and how we treat ourselves. A solid relationship, a long-term relationship, is one in which we have realistic expectations of one another. We appreciate one another, not just for the fantasy or the wish of what that person would do for us, right? But for who they actually are. And the number one indicator that I see in a healthy long-term relationship is not perfection. The number one thing that we want to see is gratitude. In the midst of the whole catastrophe of life, all the beauty, all the losses, a healthy relationship is one in which each of the spouses have gratitude for one another, have realistic expectations, and are grateful for the life that they built together.